Take two.
Well, it's take one of this podcast, but it's take two of our attempt of doing a real podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed our last one.
That was frenetic, chaotic, and crazy.
Yeah.
Are we in better sorted? Are we better situated?
Well, we have time, and I don't have a 2-week-old baby on my shoulder.
True, but at any point this could change.
That's fair. Although my wife is going to be talking to her brother over Skype with the kids.
Distraction.
So there'll be some distraction.
All right, good.
I took monster number one, the older one. I took her to this children's museum up in Punkau today.
Oh, yeah?
And just to get her out of here. Also, it was raining, so we couldn't go outside. And it's an experience. I've taken her plenty of places, but this one was just something. I mean, she's got a little bit of a cold.
It's a children's museum, you said?
Yeah, well, the thing they bill it as a kinder museum.
Yeah.
But it's really just like a huge indoor play thing. It's like on 2 levels. Like it's this big open area, and then the upper level is just like the ring around that, you know? And
Like a mezzanine.
Yeah, and like it's all just like play, like stuff to do, and it's all kind of got this like educational bent to it.
Uh-huh.
You know, like one whole section's all about like plant life and everything, but it's all just play stuff.
So it's not a museum of children.
No. That would be great, a children's museum. I wanted to take my kid to the children's museum. It was just other children.
Yeah.
Plexiglass.
I just imagined like frozen children in different situations.
Can I tell you, frozen children would have been perfect antidote to it. We showed up at noon. This place opens at 11. Yeah. I should have known. I had some feeling, but it's a rainy Sunday. It was a fucking madhouse. It was so insane. You have to take your shoes and everything off, and they have
really,
because it's everything's padded. It's just like a big play area.
This is like a madhouse.
And I get it. That's funny.
Thanks.
So the entire like front part of this is just all like little cubby holes and places to put your shoes and your jackets. There was no space free. There was so, and like you open the door into the area and it's just like chaos, just like the sound of 300 children running around fucking ape shit.
Yeah.
And my daughter, she's also crazy, but when she's the first time in a situation like this, like the first time at a playground, the first time with new people, she's always very reserved.
Yeah.
For like 15, 20 minutes. And then she's also apeshit. So this was like the most dramatic example because she was just like immediately like just shrinking back into me and super put off by it all, which lasted for all of 20 minutes. And then she was into it as well. But it was like... Because here's the thing that happens to me all the time anyway on this minute scale is that I work from home. And it's different now because we've got a 2-week-old baby, so I've got that around. But for a long time now, I work at home on my own. I'm totally on my own for the day.
Yeah.
And then at 4 o'clock, I go pick the older one up from Kita, from daycare, and I walk into this place after spending 8 hours just like in my office at home editing or whatever. And then there's 25 screaming little kids, and that alone like sets my brain into this crazy mode. And here, this like quiet Sunday morning, except for the older one being nuts. And then I take her into this place, and there's probably more, like 300 to 500.
Oh my goodness!
Just insane kids.
Yeah. Wow, sounds like a lot of fun for children.
She ended up, I think she had a really good time. She got lost for the first time.
Oh, you lost her?
Well, she keeps saying Papa ran away because I told her she ran away, which she did. We were in line to get food, and it was taking forever, and she wanted to go play, and who am I going to stop her? You know, the food line is going through this play area, so I thought she would stick around there, and she was for the majority of the time until the moment that I was actually ordering and getting the food, she disappeared. And then I had to go out and find her and, all of 5 minutes, but I finally find her. Some guy is leading her to the office to get, have the announcement made. Where is this guy's father? Where is this girl's father? And she's bawling her eyes out and snot and tears running down her face. And I was like, Isabel, you can't run away from me. And for the rest of the day, she's going, Papa ran away. I was like, I didn't run away. Anyway.
There you go, Josh. Don't run away from your children.
There was 2 other funny things really quick that I want to talk about because they're in my mind. The first was that there's this area, arts and crafts area, where, you could sit your kid down and there was a person there helping the kids make shit. Mm. And this woman helps her make like a star. There's a star that she cuts out of, cardboard, like cardstock, yellow cards. Well, there's like orangey yellow cardstock. And then they're decorating it, and she makes a whole side like silvery with this silver foil, and then Isabel wants to leave, so she's like, "Okay, do you want like a stick or a pin?" And Isabel just points to whatever, and it happens to be the like a clothespin. So the woman attaches it to a clothespin, and is like, "Now we can attach it to you." And I was like, "You are not going to put like a orange star?"
It's a 5-sided star.
Yeah. More or less. It's like, kind of shitty cutout star, but still, it was just like, wow, there is...
not very sensitive.
And then the last hilarious thing that happened was that when we left the place, and there's a little outdoor area right at the entrance and exit, which of course no one's using because it's cold and it's raining, but we leave, and there's their clear, overpowering smell of pot. It's like I don't smoke, but this was the first time in my life where I was like, yeah,
I can get behind this right now.
I totally get it. It's like clearly more than one group of people going out there. Just
taking a load off.
Yeah. How was your Sunday?
Yeah, it was all right. It was relaxed. My cat vomited, and then I stepped on it.
That is not good.
It's the most exciting part of my day. Yeah, I don't really want to go into those details because I almost made myself vomit after that.
Yeah, that's gross.
But yeah, it's good.
That's it?
Yeah, that's all I want to say.
I got the impression you were really busy today.
Yeah, I not really need to go into details, but it's
you had a little you time.
No, not at all. But yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. I'm tired. Let's just put it that way.
I hear you.
Excuse me, sir? Is this your child here?
Oh, God, yeah, thank you.
Okay,
I've been looking everywhere for her.
Just noticed that your child was running around unsupervised, and she's not wearing her star?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought, I was just up there. I was just up on the little stairs there, just looking down. I could see her.
Okay, all children here need to be wearing stars according to how good of a child they are. That's why they're stars.
I know.
All of our children here are stars.
I got that. Here's the problem I have with it is that, and I totally get the system that, kids get stars for how good they are.
Yep.
And my daughter's new here, so she only gets 1 star right now because you don't know how good she is.
Well, I mean, we have seen her progress here, and she's been good. I mean, she only gets 1 star for her first week, but she's good, so we gave her the yellow star.
Right. This is my thing, is that, and I get that it's a temporary thing. She'll probably be getting more stars.
Yeah, we'll have
and
to.
And this won't be an issue anymore.
Absolutely.
But you're putting 1 yellow star on her
right
now, and
this is the Little Stars daycare.
I get it. It's just that's got some historical connotations that as a Jew I'm not really comfortable with.
I'm sorry, you are taking this a little bit out of proportion. I mean, we put stars on all of our children according to how good they are.
I get it. It's just that I feel weird since my daughter is clearly the only Jewish child here.
Okay, I don't know that. I don't know that. I don't know that. I mean, maybe you know that, but I don't know that.
Well, I mean, I guess just based on last name, I appreciate you not wanting to make assumptions.
Listen,
but I just feel like you could have you know what? Even if you made the stars a different color, you'd be safer.
Listen, as soon as your daughter, improves with her sharing a little bit, I do notice she doesn't like to share.
She's 2.5, so she's just kind of in that me phase. I feel like most kids go through that.
Yeah, well, your daughter, a little bit miserly.
Excuse me?
Doesn't like to share.
Yeah, but I just know the way you just said miserly.
Yeah,
that's a term that people specifically use to describe Jewish people.
You know what? Okay, it's a wrong term, but the point remains is your daughter was not wearing her star, and we could not identify her.
You couldn't identify her because you know my daughter. She's been going here for a week.
We have lots of children here.
I heard Nancy, Nancy the cook.
Yeah, sure.
She was referring to my daughter by name, so clearly they know.
Well, your daughter's the only one who doesn't want to eat the pork, so she's
it's
the only
not
one.
that my daughter doesn't want to eat the pork. It's that in our faith we don't eat pork. She's not. I specifically put that on the form, the dietary restrictions form. You've got kids here who don't eat gluten. How can the pork be an issue?
Oh, well, there's enough parents here to have pushed that through. We like to listen to the parents, so it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Does your daughter not eat gluten? I didn't know that.
No, we literally don't give a shit about gluten. The pork is an issue. And I don't appreciate you throwing that in. I'm just getting a lot of bad vibes, a lot of anti-Semitic vibes.
Whoa, hey, listen, you don't need to be throwing terms like that around.
I think I will if you're going to be throwing terms like yellow star, miserly, and won't eat pork at me.
Okay, I think we got off on the wrong foot here. All right. Okay, let's just pin the star on your daughter, call it a wash. And
no, I'm not going to do it. And you know what? Another thing, I wasn't going to bring this up, but I'm feeling like I need to now.
Here we go.
The guy that you have at the door, who makes sure that no non-parents come in. The guard you have,
Heine. Yes.
There's no way that guy's name is Heine.
Well, it's short for Heinrich.
Okay. He forced me to remove my hat, and it is not a hat. Do you know what this is?
I've only seen it spelled, so I don't really know.
No, I want to hear you say it.
Yamulka?
It is a yarmulke.
A yarmulke, right.
This is I wear this. Okay. This is part of my faith.
Listen, we tolerate all faiths here. Okay.
Yeah, you keep saying that, but you're making some very specific judgments against the Jewish faith.
No. I think what's happening is just a common misunderstanding. We have lots of people of different faiths here.
Oh yeah, how many different faiths?
We've got a lot of people here, like I said, who don't eat gluten. We have a couple of peanut allergies here.
Those are dietary restrictions that has nothing to do with faith.
A lot of people here don't eat wheat, which is a gluten thing, but
you are still talking about food.
I'm sorry, but last time I checked, your daughter does not eat pork.
Yeah, that is part of her faith. There's no faith that doesn't require eating gluten.
Okay, now I think you're starting to be a little bit insensitive to all those children here who have severe allergies and cannot be around peanuts and or gluten.
No, I have no problem. I think it's stupid, but I don't have a problem with it.
The way you said that was very pejorative,
it has nothing to do with what faith they believe.
Okay, you know what? You're being very aggressive towards me, and I'd thank you to leave.
Okay, you know what?
You can take your coat, and you can get out.
I'm not just leaving. I'm taking my daughter with me.
Okay.
And we're going to go find a different daycare.
Okay. That's fine with me if you want to take your negativity elsewhere. Please sign out with Heinrich.
Going to make a lot of people uncomfortable with that one.
That's all right.
I made in our show on Friday, I made a passing reference to. Actually, it was more than passing, wasn't it?
What's that?
We had this whole,
these
scenes about this guy trying to make a pyramid and then hiring Jewish slaves. Even though we were very accurate with our history there, people not comfortable with that.
Ooh, yeah, it was sensitive. Just so everybody is aware out there, Josh and I are both half Jewish.
That's a stupid caveat to me.
I know it is, but like, I feel like it's sort of a disclaimer, you know. Like, but even still, you shouldn't. I mean,
here's the thing that I will say, that I am somewhat uncomfortable when like very straight up all purebred Germans make jokes like that. Like that's, I guess I do have a problem with it, but I also don't like having to say like, I can say this because I'm Jewish before I make a joke that's not really actually that.
Right. The reason why I say it is because people can't really see us right now. If they could see us.
What are you saying?
No, I'm just saying, you know, it's clearer.
I feel like I mean, this is part of my routine, my stand-up routine, but I have never looked Jewish until I moved to Berlin. No one ever mistook. I lived in New York City for over 11 years, and there was never any of those.
It's less of a novelty in New York City, though. Here, it's like, oh,
no, but like they used to have these. I'm sure they still do. They would have these buses that would drive a lot of the Hasidic Jews around, and they would be two things. One, they'd be going around the streets, and anyone who looked Jewish enough, they would remind them to be home before sundown on Friday night on Sabbath. Yeah, we just want to remind you to go home before, but never happened to me. Never happened. I got
it's happened to me.
Really, never happened to me.
Guy asked me what my name is, and I said Noah, and he said, "Oh, Noah."
Make sure you're home before sun. It never happened to me. But when I moved to Berlin, it hasn't happened as much recently, probably because since then beards have become far more prevalent here. But when I first moved here and I had the big beard, I had people asking me if I was Jewish all the damn time on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And then people would ask it when sometimes I would, just because I didn't want to get into it, I would say no.
Yeah.
And people would, on more than one occasion, on two occasions, to be fair, on two occasions, it was followed up with, okay, but you're Israeli, right?
Yeah, I've gotten that. Actually, I've gotten the are you Israeli thing before anything else.
Mm-hmm. That's like the couch way. I had, and again, I've joked around about this in my stand routine, so sorry if you've heard this one before, everyone. But I literally had someone ask me how I felt about the fact that they still had police guarding synagogues in Germany. Like that was the way.
Icebreaker.
That was the way to like gauge how Jewish I was.
Yeah, well, you know.
I think it's a good idea. Make sure that none of the Jews can get out and mix with us normal people.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
Yeah. But, you know, there actually a couple of friends were in the audience who were Israeli.
And?
Didn't bother them.
Didn't bother them, did it?
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing about comedy. If it's coming from a truthful place, right?
Right, exactly. It doesn't really matter. I mean, like the jokes that we just made, the sketch, the whatever scene we did in our improv on Friday night, yeah, it was making reference to the fact that someone who's trying to make an ancient Egyptian pyramid would, if you're going to be historically accurate,
yeah, you're gonna get slaves to do it.
You're going to get Jewish slaves, and then of course there's going to be a Moses,
right,
who's going to set those slaves free and set a plague of locusts on the guy making the pyramid.
Exactly. In fact, we didn't really invent anything. We just took the story from the Bible and turned Moses into a brosus.
Look at this. I just got a Guardian news alert that Nancy Reagan died.
Oh, lady.
Which is weird because I just used the name Nancy.
Oh, that's true.
little thing we did.
Wait, what was her nickname? Was it Lady? No, that
you're
was
thinking Lady Bird Johnson.
That was Lady Bird Johnson, right?
No, Nancy Reagan
Nancy
was.
Reagan, right.
I don't know what her nickname was.
I think it was probably just Nancy.
Oh boy, I wonder what that's going to do to
her name's going to be invoked many a time.
Oh my God, it's going to be
coming
disgusting.
Weeks.
I know we made a promise not to talk about he who shall not be named.
Drumpf. We can call him Drumpf.
Drumpf. I actually thought about this the other day, and I haven't had a chance to do it yet because we did a few podcasts with him, mentioning him.
Yeah.
Like over the summer.
A long time ago.
And I'm curious to go back to those now that he is the front runner.
Let's see what we said.
Yeah.
I think I probably...
holy shit.
Shit is wild.
Never been happier to be over here.
It's insane, right? You saw the photos of him telling his supporters to raise.
That.
Oh
I
my
retweeted.
God.
I couldn't. I was my jaw dropped.
Yeah.
It was. I there is a legitimate part of me that legitimately, I should say, there's a part of me that legitimately feels like it's a game.
He's
trolling
Yeah.
people, that he's just trying to see how far he can push people. Because if that was the case, I would vote for him just because it's fucking genius comedy. But I know that he's
batshit.
He is. The really insane thing is that I don't actually know if he doesn't get the nomination, it's going to be Cruz at this point.
Yeah, no, that's
that's just two sides of the same shitty evil coin.
Right.
I don't understand people who think that Cruz is any better. That guy is just...
He's slimier.
Oh.
He's so much slimier. At least he...
Speaking of slimy, did you see this thing from the debate?
No.
Oh my! It is actually...
I watched the debate, but...
It is one of the most vile, gross things.
What happens?
There's a booger on his lip.
Oh, gross.
And
I didn't see that part.
There's this close-up of him talking, and the booger is like resting on his upper lip.
No.
And he's just blabbering away, and then it lands on his lower lip, and he's blabbering away, and then he just and eats it.
No.
It's getting the heebie-jeebies.
That is
just thinking
slimy.
about it.
Is that a joke? Someone put some After Effects on that?
I don't think so. Maybe I was fooled.
I think that would have showed up on my radar by now.
There were multiple videos.
Oh,
Look
goodness.
it up. Just Google search Ted Cruz booger.
I don't want that to be in my history.
Oh, speaking of Google search history, did I tell you this thing that happened?
Yeah, it happened on Friday.
All right. I tried to use Google voice search on a song. So I'm holding my phone up to the speaker that's playing at the comedy cafe. And some errant conversation must have flown into the microphone because rather than recognizing a song, the Google search terms that it found were Napoleon Penis. So that's in my search history now.
I wonder if that's going to be a thing, like when you and I pass away and like our children go through our things, like how we would probably go through our parents, like old boxes of blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like, would they go through our hard drives and our search histories to like figure out who we were as
There
people?
are services you can pay for online where they store all of your passwords and everything. And you have to pay for this, but when you die, they wipe everything clean.
Wow. Okay. Josh is thinking about doing that. He's like, I cannot let Napoleon Penis be out there.
I feel like that's actually funny to me because I kind of just want my daughters at some point later in life to be like, that is just a weird outlaw. Why was he searching Napoleon Penis? You know what I keep meaning to do is actually search for Napoleon Penis and see what actually comes up. It'd be great if there was some French debate at some point and Napoleon was talking about how big his penis was.
Yeah, and it was just like a Trump moment where it's like he's defending the size of his penis.
Oh, good. I think that's a good place to wrap this one up.
All right.
Also, I gotta cook dinner for them.
Sure. I gotta go host an improv jam.
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
It's all right. It's happening tonight.
Wanted to do that, but it's not gonna happen. Sorry.
It's all good.
You have fun.
We will. Yeah, we will.
Announcements. Oh, this Sunday, if you're listening to this the week it comes out, this Sunday, March 13th, we're back again with Tatort auf Englisch.
Yes.
It has been a really fucking good time every time we do this. Totally crazy. Don't expect a coherent story necessarily. But if you like Tatort or you hate Tatort,
Either way,
Tatort.
come and see it.
Because it's a really good time.
Yeah.
Free. We suggest a donation of €5
There you go.
because it's a lot of work for us to put this together. You can listen to the last 2 ones we did. You can go download or stream the actual video from the Das Erste website and then download our MP3s and experience it from the comfort of your own home at soundcloud.com/Tatort auf Englisch. English spelled the German way. That's going to be confusing for people. If you search for it, I'm sure we'll come up.
Yeah. We got picked up a couple times.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
The DPA, Deutsche Presseagentur.
Oh, really?
It got picked up by Berliner Zeitung and Berlin Online and Focus.
Great.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, cool.
Good. So come on out, folks. The episode this Sunday is gonna be from Switzerland, so it's gonna be fucking bananas.
Featuring Josh, myself, Nikki, and Jakob.
Our good friend Jakob, he's gonna be our resident German for this week.
There you go.
Good. Thanks everybody. Thanks for listening. We'll be back
Josh
whenever.
is waving to someone.
I know. I just realized I did that.
All right.
Thank you for pointing it out. We could have let that one slide. No one would have been the
Wasn't
wiser.
gonna let that slide. All right. Good night, everybody.
tired.
Goodbye.
Oh, I should hit stop.